It is finally time to look at one of the most budget-friendly and one of my favorite lines from Adidas that I'm consistently buying every single generation and see how they are progressing, because I absolutely love what Adidas are doing here with a budget shoe. Hey guys, welcome back to Kicks Reasons channel, and today we're looking at Adidas's Runfalcon 5. This is the latest generation of the Runfalcon line. And if you've been with my channel for a while, you have noticed that I've reviewed their previous versions, their previous generations. Obviously, they skipped the 4, I think, based on the reasons that 4 is kind of a negative number in China. So they went straight from 3 to 5, but they continue to produce the 3. And the 3 is one of my favorite to wear around the house, go to the gym, really easy to throw on, and just use it in a day-to-day basis. So, on to the 5, what they have done here to make the difference and to progress with the design. And I absolutely love this colorway. By the way, this is the launch colorway, and this specific colorway was repetitive across many of their models. This kind of a transition on the midsole, really like the color mixture here with the yellow transition into orange and to pink and back to white. Absolutely speaks to my soul and really brings something different to the table. I had to chase this specific colorway because of how much I like it. And honestly, the men's sizes were gone, but knowing that Adidas have this kind of thing, and they've been doing it for years, women's sizes in the same colorway, as long as you know your size, you can pick up the shoe and it's exactly the same. I've actually made a comparison buying the same exact one for male and female and making a detailed comparison, and they're exactly the same. There's no difference whatsoever, only the size label is different. So I grabbed the women's size knowing my alternative in men's size, and I'm happy to have this shoe. And on to the details here. Just like the previous generation, we have all mesh upper. Now granted, the mesh is slightly different here. It's slightly more polyester based, slightly more plasticky looking, slightly more engineered and stuff like that. It's not as pliable, not as soft, not as free-flowing as we had on the previous generation, which I actually like better because of making the shoe very soft, very airy, very summer-like. You can throw it and just go anywhere with it. You can travel with it. It's extremely comfortable to go around with, extremely soft. And yeah, I think they're going slightly back. At the same time, it looks slightly more premium, if you can say the word premium in the shoe, that it costs $60, and if you catch it on discount around 30. But they're mimicking the upper of their more expensive line of shoes that are costing $100 and over $100. They're featuring boost, bounce, all that stuff. So yeah, and in that sense, it kind of mimics that. Same exact reinforcement on the toe box, just like on the Pure Boost, just like on the Supernovas. That same detail kind of carries throughout this line. And honestly, the design language, Adidas has been doing this for a while, but from the bottom tier to the top tier, the shoes almost from a distance look exactly the same. Tech-wise, detail-wise, they're different. Price-wise, they're different. But from a distance, you might mistake them for some of the other ones. The 3 stripes here are different on the previous model. The texture is slightly different, but overall, they're still the same kind of overlaid branding on top of it. Heel cup here. Now this is a big change to me because both lateral and medial side, these over-exaggerated kind of a plastic wings they had on the previous model, they were slightly lower and they were softer. So you didn't have much of a support here. Realistically here, you have a lot more support added. And in addition, you have a actual heel cup that is much higher and much harder than the previous model. So heel lockdown here, expect to be a lot better, and it is a lot better, especially if you're using these for running and if you want that extra tight fit. And speaking of tight fit, they have added an extra or additional loophole on the last lace loops to give you that runner's knot. So yeah, definitely with the thought of runners here. Now, if we look at a midsole, we're looking at cloud foam, just like before. The branding this time around is on the lateral side on towards the toe box. They were kind of shying away and hiding from that branding before, and they put it on the previous model, was on the medial side towards the heel, so not really visible. But I guess they're back onto, yeah, cloud foam is great. It's not bad at all. And I personally love cloud foam. Honestly, maybe it's my old body, but I prefer the much more supportive cloud foam with a little bounce compared to the less supportive, very unstable feel of boost. In the middle ground, bounce is probably better, and I love bounce as well. But cloud foam, I never had problems with, and I like this one as well. The design of the midsole is different. We have a little bit less drop between the heel and forefoot. And if you see the previous model, the heel is a lot more exaggerated, thicker, where here is a little bit more slimmed down, more streamlined, more on the lower end, and still the cushioning is plenty. On the tone, the Adidas logo is silver this time, sort of a reflective. There's a lace holder on top of it. No gasketed tone here, but the tone is very padded, very soft, and I absolutely appreciate and love this. Production date of these is July of 24, released towards the end of the summer, early fall of 24, which realistically that's when this model released. Now on a first look, the laces are almost the same. They're still flat laces, but here they are slightly more narrow and more synthetic. Hopefully not as long as the previous models, because this is one of my things that I've always mentioned. The previous Runfalcons, the laces were way too long, unnecessarily long. Now, one of the biggest upgrades here that I immediately noticed as soon as I got them was the Ortholite insole, branded Ortholite. This is an actual Ortholite insole, and this is the green foam one. Previous models, they had some kind of similar foam insoles, but they were never branded Ortholite, so I knew that they were not actual Ortholite. If you don't see the branding, the first indication is that actually is not what you think it is. Now obviously you can pull this insole, wash it, refresh it if you want to, but Ortholite properties are great for that specific reason. They are made to manage the odor, the moisture accumulating in your shoes, and keeping you a little bit drier and less stinky. So once again, we have Adidas' logo on the toe lip, and the outsole is vastly different again. As an outsole here, we have the entirely black solid rubber outsole, a little branding for Adiwear on the forefoot, and a little bit of exposed cloud foam in the midfoot section. What I liked in the previous model was the rubber was very sticky, and it was a little bit more designed. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, this seems very plain on the new one. It's just a solid black slab of rubber. Maybe it just works better in a long time, but design-wise, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Heel cup though, and heel comfort is excellent. Like I mentioned previously, there's a lot more padding now on the heel. This is one of the minor negatives in the previous model, how slim and thin the heel was. Now here we have a very good patch right on the back of the Achilles tendon, very, very soft and well padded. Same goes for the tongue. And overall, ventilation of this shoe is maybe a little less than the previous model, which I really fell in love with, and slightly more of this kind of a synthetic feel on top of it. Yeah, for durability, I'm sure this is better. But then again, these are very budget-friendly shoes. So if you ruin one of them, who cares? Go buy another one and wear it, right? This is kind of my take for these budget models. But yeah, at the end, what can I say? I mean, I like the progression. I like almost all the changes implemented with this new model. Colorways, far, far better than the previous model. Comfort is the same, a lot better fitting. And overall, just the shoe itself feels and looks much more premium now and much more expensive than what it used to be on the previous models. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you're new, check out some of the other videos coming very, very soon. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.